kaiju, Dragon Ball, Pokemon, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello there, collectors. It's Steven here, and welcome to my review of the SciFi Revoltech Mother Legion from Kyoto. So we all know where this kaiju is coming from G2 Gamera Heisei movie. Yes, good. Big kaiju, big figure, right? Oh, I'm gonna save that part for the size comparison. So as a matter of fact, I actually reviewed this figure some years ago. However, I goofed. So now we're gonna go ahead and redo it in HD glory with a nice camera. Yeah. I missed an accessory, so I pulled it down. Yep. All right, so without further ado, let's take a look to see whether or not Mother Legion here is worth adding into your collection. Please note that this is an old figure. It is very, very old with many sharp points and things that like to stick out. And because of that, it is unfortunately susceptible to paint, rub, and damage, which mine has unfortunately sustained. And because of this, you will be seeing that in the up close and personal shots. So it's not going to be immune to this. Okay. So let's just get that out of the way. But otherwise, Legion here looks fantastic. There's use of translucent plastic that really make this figure shine in some key areas. She has some fantastic shading on the different bony parts. We have amazing uses of browns and blacks on the ivory and the eggshell that is used for the base coat of the figure. Yeah, realistically speaking, the only other good thing that I can say here is going to have to be the sculpted detail itself. Some parts are very smooth with a few ridges here and there. Other areas are sculpted in such a way that it does appear to be feathery, but it actually isn't. We have small little bumps and ridges here and there and everywhere where it almost seems like it's going to be flat. And then, oh, surprise, here's a small detail. We have the little hidden Legion pods all over the chest. At least that's what I recall them being. And then, of course, that head area is just going to be fantastic with different types of translucent plastics there. It may just be clear translucent plastic and then painted over in different colors, but nevertheless, I mean, there's not much else that I can say aside from I wish they would have been able to prevent this figure from getting scrapes and damages, but that is life for a figure that is nearly 8 years old now. Yep. Yeah, but anyway, Mother Legion looks amazing. Okie dokie. Articulation for Mother Legion here, and I gotta be honest with you folks. Well, for those of you who are not so aware, in today's year, 2020, Revoltechs have gotten pretty good because Yamaguchi has gotten very good with engineering the figures. Now, Yamaguchi didn't necessarily play a part in this one, but back when this figure was made, they were still trying to figure out all of the real the kinks with Revoltech joints. And, well, unfortunately, as such, Legion did suffer a little bit. So what am I talking about? Well, let's cut to it. Well, first and foremost, the pincers here, they're actually going to be on hinges and swivels, so this way you can spin them around, which is good. Not sure exactly what you'd call those, but anyway. The mandibles here, they actually plug in on Revoltech joints. So they do have hinge and swivel movement, along with technically double hinge movement here for the mandibles. Yeah. So real quick, for those of you who are not aware of Revoltech joints, now that we got the head out of the way, let me go ahead and explain them to you real quick here. So a Revoltech joint effectively is a swivel hinge combo. So you can hear them click in place. So they're like ratchet joints, and then they swivel. So whenever you have a Revoltech joint, and that's kind of what I'm going to refer to just those joints as, they have a point of swivel where they plug into the one piece of sculpt, a point of swivel where they plug into the other piece of sculpt, and then they have a hinge with limited range of movement where it ratchets. So with that being said, oh boy, now it's not going to let me put it back on. Yes, so Revoltech joints can be good when utilized correctly. Sometimes, though, they do limit range of movement. Okay. So for the base of these little pincer feelers things here, they swivel, which is good, and then they do have a hinge. So we can get them in all sorts of funky looking poses, which is very neat. Very, very cool. This one doesn't like to move a whole lot for me, but it is what it is. Now, for going back to the head of Mother Legion here, we actually do have a Revoltech joint, and this here likes to move as well. It floats a little bit, so we can get Legion to, whoa, when these pincers are closed. Look up, look down, twist and turn from side to side, which is very good. For the hands, these little bits here are on Revoltech joints. So they open and close. Revoltech joints here, so we can spin them around like that. We do have little feetsies, which these hands are attached to at the hips here on Revoltech joints. And then we have Revoltech joints for the ankles. Not really too much movement because the leg blocks them. And then we have hinge knees, which is pretty cool. We do have a bit of an ab crunch, if you will, which allows you to move Legion forward and back like so. Then when we get to the hind legs, as you saw, we do have Revoltech joints here. And Revoltech joint here. Revoltech joint here. And a Revoltech joint there. Now, I believe that's going to be about it for articulation. So one of the fun things that some folks like to do to increase the size of Legion, or at least make her appearance larger, is to actually flip these legs around so they're facing forward instead of behind her. I don't really like doing that just because it looks kind of weird, but some folks like doing it. But yeah, that is the articulation. Not a whole lot of movement going on, but if you're able to work the joints, yeah, you can get into some fun battle poses, I suppose. Yeah. Very good. Now for accessories, we're pretty straightforward here, and actually we get more Legion accessories with the G2 Gamera Revoltech than we do here with Mother Legion, which I guess is kind of understandable just because of the size of this figure, but it is what it is. Anyway, here we're going to get 7 small Legion soldiers alongside a mini flying Gamera with a support stand. So the Legion soldiers are pretty straightforward, nothing to really write home about. They actually have some good detail considering the size and nicely painted paint apps. Okay, Gamera time, which is actually sculpted pretty well. The eyes kind of remind me actually of Showa Gamera. Don't know how they did that. Yeah, but it's pretty straightforward here for the overall looks. It's sculpted relatively well. Don't really have much else to say here. Now, that's pretty much it for accessories. Oh, except for one other thing. There is a little black placard that has Legion on it, along with the year. There is an orange, translucent orange anyway, cube that you can put your accessories in, and a Kyoto Revoltech coin, which is no longer usable. It's just a little orange disc. I don't have them displayed here because they're not really beneficial for Legion. Yeah. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on over to a size comparison where I go ahead and reveal the huge secret that this thing is small. Yeah, if you were to go ahead and buy this back in the day, it cost you between $60 to $70. And in comparison, the Revoltech Anguirus, any of the Gamera's releases, Baragon, Mothra, those ranged at about $40. So this is going to be close to double the price, and that's not factoring in shipping for a rather large box. Now, keep in mind also that this is the original issuance of the figure, not the reissue for the legacy of Revoltech. So yeah, very small, costs a lot of money. Yeah, doesn't scale with anything. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. Generally speaking, this is only going to appeal to folks who really like Gamera and specifically Mother Legion. Why? It doesn't scale with anything. It's not going to scale with the Gamera Revoltechs. It's not going to scale with the Gamera Monster Arts. Not going to scale with the Bandai Gamera vinyls. None of that. So if you're looking for a Mother Legion action figure, yes, this is going to be your only choice. But at the same time, it's not necessarily a great one. It looks amazing. The Revoltech articulation is a bit outdated and very clunky, but it moves okay. The accessories, they're all right, but yeah, this is a tough one to say that this is worth a purchase unless you have a strong attachment to the character or the source material. If you do, you'll like this a whole lot. As a matter of fact, if you buy this, you'll like this a whole lot. But it's very difficult to blend into the majority of the kaiju displays out there. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand-selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand-selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.